All right, guys, today we're going to go over about a couple of problems that you can expect to see on your retake exam. Okay, follow along very closely. Make sure that you write this stuff down if you need to. Okay, take notes, all that good stuff. Okay, so here's my first equation. Okay, we have the absolute value of x minus 2 is equal to 7. When I'm solving for x in these situations, always break it up into two equations. Okay? Break it up into your first one where you're just dropping the absolute values. So you have x minus 2 is equal to 7. And then you drop it the other way, x minus 2, but now it's going to be equal to negative 7. Now, why is that? Because if I put a 7 in here, the absolute value of 7 is 7. The absolute value of negative 7 is also 7. So it doesn't matter if I have 7 or negative 7 as my inside the absolute value. Okay, so here all I do here is solve. Plus 2 to both sides. X equals 9. There's one of my solutions. Plus 2 to both sides. X equals negative 5. Now, in these situations, always check to see if you have extraneous solutions. Me personally, I don't check until I have a variable on the other side. When I have a variable on the other side, that's when you definitely want to check. But if you could, you can plug it in. 9 minus 2 is 7. Absolute value of 7 is 7. Negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. The absolute value of negative 7 is 7. Simple as that, right? Okay. Then I have my next equation. Okay. We have this one, the absolute value of 6 minus x is equal to 4. Okay, again, two equations, drop the absolute value. 6 minus x equals 4. 6 minus x equals negative 4. See how I switched that number? Okay, subtract 6 to both sides. We get negative x equals negative 2. Divide by negative 1. X equals 2. So there's one of my possible solutions. Okay, here I subtract 6 to both sides. I get negative x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 1. X equals 10. Plug those in and see what you get, right? 2, 6 minus 2 is 4. Absolute value of 4 is 4. 6 minus 10 is negative 4. Absolute value of negative 4 is 4. See how that works? Pretty simple. Okay, now we have another equation a little bit different because we're going to have a two-stepper, right? We have the absolute value of 3x minus 2 is equal to 13. Okay? Again, same thing, just drop it down. 3x minus 2 equals 13. 3x minus 2 equals negative 13. Okay? All right. Add 2 to both sides. 3x equals 15. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 5. There's a possible solution. Add 2 to both sides. 3x equals negative 11. Divide both sides by 3. X equals negative 11 thirds. Okay? And that's it for those types of equations, I think. Now let's do one where we have x values on the opposite side, right? Okay, let's check to see if we have solutions. Okay, next question is going to be something like this. Absolute value of 2x minus 1 is equal to x plus 10. Okay, break this down into two equations. First of all, drop the absolute values. X minus 1 equals x plus 10, right? The second one is going to be 2x minus 1 equals negative of x plus 10. Now be careful here. Distribute the negative to the x. Also distribute the negative to that positive 10. So your actual equation that you're going to solve for is going to be 2x minus 1 equals negative x minus 10. Okay, because I'm distributing that negative symbol first. Now that I have my two equations, let's start solving, right? Okay, minus x to both sides. We get x minus 1 equals 10. Add 1 to both sides. X equals 11. So there's one of my possible solutions. Okay. Now let's look at this other one. Now notice I'm saying possible. And the biggest reason I'm saying possible is because there's an x on the other side. Always got to check for extraneous solutions. Okay. So here I'm going to add x to both sides. That gives me 3x minus 1 equals negative 10. Add 1 to both sides. I get 3x equals negative 9. Divide both sides by 3. And x equals negative 3. Okay. Now let's check and see if I get the correct answer. Let's see if they're both solutions. Plug in 11. 11 times 2 is 22. 22 minus 1, 21. Absolute value 21 is 21. 11 plus 10 is 21. We're good to go. Now plug in negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. Negative absolute value of negative 7 is positive 7. Excuse me. Okay. Negative 3 plus 10 is 7. So guess what? Both of these solutions are, in fact, true. No extraneous solutions there. Isn't that great? All right. Let's see. Now, always go back and check because there could be an extraneous solution. If it is extraneous, that means that it's not part of the solution. You basically got to exit it out. Okay. All right. Next problem. We have the absolute value of 2x plus 4 is equal to 18. Again, break it down to equations. 2x plus 4 equals 18. 2x plus 4 equals negative 18. Pretty simple stuff. Same procedures over and over again. Notice that I'm breaking it up into two equations. 2x equals, what was that, negative 14? No, positive 14. Divide by 2, x equals 7. Minus 4 to both sides. 2x equals negative 22. Divide by 2, x equals negative 11. Now, again, you can try those. In this situation, I don't think you need to try because there's no x on this side. But by all means, feel free to. Okay? All right, next one. We have an equation like this. Absolute value of x minus 3 plus 4 equals 7. Now, I can't do anything right away. There's this plus 4. I got to get rid of that plus 4. You got to isolate your absolute value. So what I need to do before I can do my two equations is I have to move that 4 over. So I'm going to subtract 4 to both sides. Once I do that, then I get the absolute value of x minus 3 is equal to 3. Good to go, right? Okay. Now I can separate into two equations. Okay. Break it down. X minus 3 is equal to 3. X minus 3 is equal to negative 3. Okay, solve. Add 3 to both sides. X equals 6. Add 3 to both sides. X equals 0. And guess what? That's okay. It's okay for X to be 0. Plug it in, see if it works. Okay, always go back and check. All right. Then we have this next equation. Here's the one where I definitely wanted you to pay attention to. So x plus 5, absolute value of x plus 5 equals 2x plus 7. This is definitely one of those ones you want to go back and check because there's an x value on here. Okay, so this is the ones you want to check for extraneous solutions. Okay, break it down. X plus 5 equals 2x plus 7. Okay, now my second equation, I'm going to write it like this. X plus 5 equals negative of 2x plus 7. Make sure that you distribute this negative symbol to both of those pieces so that you can get your actual equation. So my actual equation is going to be x plus 5 equals negative 2x minus 7. Okay? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So in this situation, we're going to solve for this x. Move your x's over to one side. I'm going to subtract x here. That gives me that gives me x plus 7 equals 5 minus 7 to both sides. X equals -2. Okay? Ooh. Okay, here I'm going to add x to both sides. Gives me 3x plus 5 equals -7. Did I do this right? Yeah. Okay, so then -5 to both sides, -5 to both sides, cancels. 3x equals -12. Divide both sides by 3. X equals -4. Okay, so we got x equals -2 and x equals -4. Okay, plug these situations back in to see if you have any extraneous solutions. Okay, -2 plus 5 is 3. We're good to go there. -2 plus 5 is 3. Absolute value of 3 is 3. -2 times 2 is 4. Sorry, is 4. -4. -4 plus 7 is 3. So we're good to go with the -2. Now let's check for -4. -4 plus 5 is -1. Or sorry, it's +1. Absolute value of +1 is 1. 2 times -4 is -8. -8 plus 7 is -1. So this is not correct because you'll get in a statement where 1 equals -1, and that is not true. Okay, so we have an extraneous solution there. That's why we go back and we check, especially when there's a variable outside of the absolute value on the other side. Big time. Make sure you double check those situations. All right. Next one, absolute value of x plus 6 is equal to 0. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but x plus 6 equals 0. X plus 6 equals -0. But guess what? There is no -0. So you're going to get the same situation here, right? X equals -6. Okay? That's it. In this situation, right? Can't do anything else. Fantastic. All right. Then we'll have this one, absolute value of -2x minus 6 equals 10. Break this down in your two equations. -2x minus 6 equals 10. -2x minus 6 equals -10. Solve for x. Plus 6 plus 6. -2x equals 16. Divide by -2. X equals -8. Plus 6 to both sides, plus 6. That cancels. -2x equals -4. Divide by -2. X equals 2. Okay. Plug those both back in to check. I can almost guarantee you it'll always work. -8 times -2 is positive 16. Positive 16 minus 6 is 10. Absolute value of 10 is 10. -2 times 2 is -4. -4 minus 6 is -10. Absolute value of -10 is 10. Okay? So now to talk about inequalities, right? Absolute value of inequalities. Very simple. We have absolute value of x is less than 7. Very similar, very nice to see this. Break this down into your two equations. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. X is less than 7. X is greater than, notice I flipped the sign, -7. Okay? So make sure that you have your number line, right? Because these questions are going to have, some of these questions are going to have your number line. Okay? And based on this number line, let's go ahead and say that this is 0, right? Here's -7. Here's a +7. Let's think about where this number line's going, right? Okay. This says it's greater than -7. So it's an open circle and it's going this way. But then it's going to stop at 7 because it's less than 7, right? So notice an open circle, that's an in-betweener, right? In these situations, I can write it off as like this, from -7 to +7, or I can say that x falls in between -7 or +7 using my brackets, right? Those are two ways that I can write this situation, okay? number line. This is how it looks on the number line. This is how it looks when you solve it. Okay, make sure that you read these carefully. All right. Next problem I have is going to seem something like this. Absolute value of 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to 24. Okay. Break it up into your two equations. Very simple. 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to 24. And your second equation, 3x minus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 24. Nice, right? Okay. Then we solve. Notice that this stuff is becoming repetitive. That's the same process over and over again, especially if you think it with absolute values, okay? So plus 6 to both sides. 3x is less than or equal to 30. Divide by 3. X is less than or equal to 10. Okay? Add 6 to both sides. 3x is greater than or equal to negative 18. Divide by 3. X is greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay, so let's do my number line, right? Okay, here I have my number line. Okay, and here's 0. Let me move this up. Okay, 0. Here's negative 6. And here is positive 10. Okay, so in this situation, I know all of my values. First of all of my values are less than 10. So this is going to be an open circle. Oh, sorry, a closed circle because it's less than or equal to. So this one's actually closed. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that. Should just make my dot, right? So this is actually a closed circle at 10. Okay, and then it's less than, so it's going in this direction up until it hits negative 6. And notice that it's a greater than negative 6. So this is one of those ones that's going to be an in-between with our closed circles. So this one we use our brackets, right? So here we go from negative 6 all the way to positive 10. Notice I'm using my brackets because those are included, or it's in between. So x is in between negative 6 and 10. So we can also use it this situation. Okay? And those are the ones without number line, or those are the ones that you're going to see visually with number lines. Okay? We'll do two more. Okay? Go ahead and clear this off. Next one is the absolute value of 2x minus 5 is greater than 15. Okay, break it down into your two equations. 2x minus 5 is greater than 15. 2x minus 5 is less than 15. Okay, add 5 to both sides. You get 2x is greater than 20. Divide by 2. X is greater than 10. Add 5 to both sides. Ooh, this should be negative 15, by the way. Add 5 to both sides. You get 2x is less than negative 10. Divide by 2. X is less than negative 5. Let's draw number lines. Always draw number lines, even if it's not there for you, right? Even if it's not there for you, drawing number lines is going to be so beneficial, okay? So here I'm going to draw my number line. Okay, here I'm going to put 0. Oops, that's not even in the middle. Here I'm going to put 0. Here I'm going to put negative 5. And here I'm going to put positive 10. Okay, so right now I know that I should have a closed circle at, an open circle at positive 10. Okay, so open circle at positive 10, but look, it's greater than. Okay, it's in a greater than, so we're going this direction. Okay, this one, open circle at negative 5, and that's less than, so this is going this direction. So I have a gap. This is my OR, right? I have a gap, so this is going to look something like this. From negative infinity to negative 5 with parentheses, or positive 10 to positive infinity. Notice I have my open parentheses, right? That doesn't contain anything. Another way to write this is to say that x is less than negative 5 or x is greater than 10. Okay, this is another way to write this situation, just in case this arises. Okay, the last one, guys. Absolute value of 8 minus 4x is less than 4. Again, break this down, right? 8 minus 4x less than 4. 8 minus 4x is greater than negative 4. Okay? All right. Solve for x, subtract 8. Negative 4x is less than negative 4. Divide both sides by negative 4. Guess what happens? I flip my sign because I'm dividing by a negative. X is greater than 1. Minus 8 to both sides. Negative 4x is greater than negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 4. Flip the sign again. X is less than 3. So x is greater than 1, but less than 3. Okay, let's look our number line. Remember, always create your number line. That's the most important thing you could probably do. Okay, here's 0. Here's 1. Here's 3. Okay, all of my numbers are open circle, greater than 1, but less than 3. So this is an in-betweener specifically because I had to flip my signs. Okay, hopefully you're noticing a pattern. This is going to be parentheses 1 to 3, or it can be where x is between 1 and 3. Okay, and that's it. Good luck on your retake, guys.